Hey guys, this is a Bose home speaker 500, and it's meant to be primarily for the house, as it is a wired speaker, which means there's no option for battery. You have to keep it plugged in. The standout features of this device would be this display. And let's say if I ask it to play a song, it has Alexa inbuilt. So let's say if I asked it to play something, hey Alexa, play Beethoven. Let's see what it does here. Alexa is a bit temperamental.
Shuffling songs by Ludwig van Beethoven on Amazon Music.
Alexa speaks a lot. I wish she'd shut up a little. Anyways, I shouldn't have said that. So yeah, as you can see, the display shows the artist that is playing. It's a very nice display. You can configure it to dim, auto dim or not. Apart from that, if I talk about the sound, I want to say that the sound is good and loud. It's very loud, but unlike all Bose speakers, this is the first Bose speaker I have seen which has a very tinny sound even when it's played loud. Now this retails in India for about 40k, 35 to 40k, and I feel when you're spending 35,000 to 40,000 rupees on a product, it should have no demerits. But the fact that it sounds bad, almost bad at 50% volume, is pretty sad. Let me give you an example. As you guys might know, on the left I have the Bose Bose Revolve Plus. This I've had for close to 2-3 years now, and I'm going to be comparing the sound of this guy, which is a battery, has an inbuilt battery, versus this guy, my Pixel 3a XL, and I'm going to be comparing the sound on both. First we have this connected with the Pixel 3a XL. It took me like 6 seconds to connect it. So in terms of connectivity, this is very good. It also connects via Wi-Fi. Or you can connect via Bluetooth, but right now I'm doing the Bluetooth test. So what I'm noticing, I don't know if it's coming across in the video also, is that the sound is good on the circumference, but on the inside, the lows and mid sounds awful. The treble and bass combination is quite rustic or non-existent, which has never happened with a Bose speaker. I'm used to speakers like JBL doing that. I'm sorry, JBL fans, but the truth is the truth, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. Okay, I've now connected with the Bose SoundLink Revolve Plus, and we're gonna play the same song and hoping you guys catch a difference, and I do as well. The sound stage of the speaker on the right is definitely much bigger, but if you talk purely in terms of sound and richness, I think the Revolve Plus has it. I feel the lows and the mids and the highs, the trebles, the bass sound very good. Now, normally Bose tends to keep everything neutral and flat. You know, despite being flat, it all sounds good. But in this case, it sounds awful. I'm going to try to play something with vocals now. Starting with this with vocals.
Remember the time we were standing on the rooftop? You shone as bright as the city before us. Now tell me you feel it, tell me you know it, tell me you're cold and tell me I'm water, and you just keep drowning. Days of thunder I hear, they come when you're near. One Remember the time we were standing on the rooftop? You shone as bright as the city before us. Now tell me you feel it, tell me you know it, tell me you're cold and tell me I'm
The problem is it feels as though it has no soul, it has no core, it has no middle. It just sounds very flaky.
water, and you just keep drowning. Days of thunder I hear, they come.
I'm going to try and show you in the same stretch what the other guy does with this. So let's try to connect the Revolve Plus. And I like the fact that it wakes it up also. So I'm going to switch this guy off now, because the last thing you wanted to do is disturb us. Anyways, let's see if it's playing on this.
Remember the time we were standing on the rooftop? You shone as bright as the city before us. Now tell me you feel it, tell me you know it, tell me you're cold and tell me I'm water, and you just keep drowning.
So, you know, the left sound is on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it a 9. And the sound of this speaker, the home speaker 500, is a 6 on 10 sound. Definitely gets louder, but if it doesn't have a middle and it doesn't have good mids, what's the use of it being loud? In terms of lows, mids, highs, every single conceivable thing, I think the Revolve Plus is better. And considering that my speaker is 3 years old, and still blows the home speaker 500, which just came out last year, out of the water, I think that's quite a remarkable thing. Now let's look at some other features. The first thing you need to do when you get the home speaker 500 is to sync it up with the Bose Music app. You need to log into your Amazon Alexa account. If you don't have one, I suggest you create one so you can use many of the features of the speaker. Alexa, tell me some news.
Convert, here's what's new.
Latest news from India today.
India stands at the 5th spot globally as coronavirus cases crosses 2.46 lakh mark. Overall death toll in India nears
Alexa, stop.
7,000.
So it is responsive if I'm sitting at this distance. Alexa, what's the weather outside? Alexa, what's the weather?
Currently, in New Delhi, it's 27 degrees Celsius with mostly clear skies. Today, you can expect hazy sunshine with a high of 38 degrees and a low of 27 degrees.
So Alexa loves the sound of her own voice. If you ask her to play something, it'll tell you it is by and all that. I wish I could just have her be more obedient and subservient as opposed to just go on about the song or everything she's playing. I guess some people will find that kind of thing information helpful. I don't. On the head of it, you have this very nice, almost leather-like feel. And the buttons are very easy, really. You have the power. You can switch off the microphone. You can set your preset station.
Did you mean basement?
Keep quiet. You have the aux option. There's an aux port on the back. You have the Bluetooth option like any other speaker. And if you hold it down for 2 seconds, it goes into pairing. It's not very, it is actually kind of heavy, man. It weighs, I think, about a kilo or two. And the build quality is very decent, but I don't find this as a solution for being a party speaker. If you're looking to get a party speaker, what you can do is you can get a Revolve Plus and another Revolve Plus. I have another one, and you can use both, or you can get the SoundTouch 20 or 30. I think the SoundTouch 30 is supposed to be a far more superior party speaker. I haven't messed with the Marshall series, but they seem very promising, especially the Woburn. Hoping I will do a review of that soon. So let's talk about pricing and everything. At 35,000 rupees, this is overpriced. If this was for 25,000 rupees, it would be more worthwhile. It tries to accomplish and do too many things at once. If this is your first Bose speaker and you haven't had a SoundLink Mini 2 or a SoundTouch or a Revolve Plus like I have had, then you will not notice the disparity in the sound structure. Secondly, I also feel that despite being overpriced, I feel Alexa is a bit boring and idiotic at times and doesn't have the intuition of, let's say, a Siri. It doesn't have like if I use a HomePod right next to this, the HomePod costs 20,000 rupees in India right now. And I can't think why anybody would spend double the price for this. The HomePod sounds better. I've had the HomePod. I have not done any reviews on it, but I've had it previously. And it pairs well with Apple Music and all that. Now, though this has Alexa, you can use your phone to play back music from Spotify and Apple Music using the Bose Music app. The connection is very secure. It's very fast. If you have friends over, they can go and they are connected to your Wi-Fi. They can then go ahead and play back music as well. So it's a friendly speaker in that way, but it doesn't have it doesn't justify its price tag at all, because for me, sound is what this is for. This is not some kind of a showpiece, you know. And I presently own the QC35 headphones. I have the Bose Solo 5 soundbar. I have 2 Revolve Pluses. Don't ask me why. And then I have this guy. And I want to say this, in terms of sound, is probably the worst sounding Bose I've had. It will remind you of the Bose SoundTouch 10. I have done a comparison of the Bose SoundTouch 10 with the Revolve Plus and the SoundLink Color. You can watch those videos if you so like. Overall, I don't recommend this device for anybody. It's a good showpiece. If you want to get something for your mom and dad, I'm sure you can simply get them the Amazon Echo. If you want to get something Amazon has much better offerings than this guy. I probably won't be keeping it, and I probably will be selling it. And all in all, it was a good idea, but it falls flat on its face. I got this primarily for sound because I thought you can close your eyes and trust Bose with the sound and the bass combination. I went to the shop 2 years back and I had a demo, or 1 year back, and I had a demo of the speaker, and I instantly fell in love with it because of how loud it gets. Yes, this is louder than any other speaker, but the volume and the sound is not justified. Alexa is very irritating. Alexa doesn't listen to anything I have to say, and I'm finding it more and more difficult to get used to her. However, it's been just 72 hours since I've had this unit in front of me. What I like about this and why I should probably keep it is because you can go into settings and adjust the bass and treble if you so desire, but who's gonna do all that? Secondly, it looks good, it doesn't look bad, it's kind of fancy. If you have friends over and you want to play a song, it'll do that. One thing I don't like about this is if I'm connected to my MacBook on the Wi-Fi and I try to connect to this, the syncing issue is there. This is 2 seconds too soon or 2 seconds delayed. It's never quite syncing very well using the Wi-Fi option. Now, please understand there are two ways you can use the speaker, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Aux I don't consider as a viable option anymore in today's day and time. Nobody has an aux cable lying around. Bluetooth, you'll find the syncing is better, but if you use the Wi-Fi, be ready, and your MacBook, be ready for a lag in terms of sound. Now, overall, I would give this a 5 on 10 rating, probably the lowest rating I've ever given any Bose product, and I'm not surprised it didn't do that well. Again, if this is your first Bose speaker, you're gonna love it. It will grow on you, you will like it a lot. If this is your 5th or 7th Bose product, like it is mine, you will inevitably compare it with the predecessors, even if they're headphones or speakers or sound bars or Bluetooth speakers, anything. Because the sound has to be good, man. And I hope I was able to talk some sense in this review and comparison. Thank you for watching, guys. And please leave your comments and let me know what you think about this review. And if you have any other queries, I'll be more than happy to answer them. People who own this and are probably watching my video and don't agree with me, please tell me why you don't agree with me so I can find more things you like about this guy. All right then.